Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, actually, no, why did I start it off like that? Hey, it's me again. Welcome back to, another video that's hopefully going to be uploaded, and, so this was most likely going to be a success, probably a 90% success video, and today we're going to put this Western Digital Green 120 gigabyte SATA SSD. Now, I bought a green drive because I've known that the blue drives have been known to fail for multiple years, no matter what version. And I think it's just because where they're made, and I've liked the green drives from their normal plattered hard drives. I like those, and they lasted me couple years. The only problem is that they kind of get corrupted if you destroy like the data inside, but the drive works absolutely fine after wiping it, and they're pretty fast. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the green drive and not get the blue one, because the blue one was actually cheaper. I'm like, I'm not paying a couple dollars less for something that's probably not going to be as even close to as reliable as this one. So I bought a green, and it's a 120. And we are going to replace my MacBook's hard drive, because I've been having issues up the wall with this piece of junk, and it would be nice to, replace the drive, because it is pretty far gone. I don't know if there's a dent here. There is a dent there. First of all, I don't care if the back is scratched up, because it's just a case. I have the case on here. And we're going to start pulling it apart now. And, okay. I'm going to just make sure that I have everything put in specific places, so I know where things go. Huh. That's not right. Someone has been in here. That is a quote from Dangpots. Someone's been in an iPod, because you can see how they fucked up. That is not the right screw for it either, because that's got no thread towards the end. God damn it. And this one too. Oh wait, no, never mind, they're right. It's just these have threads all the way on the sides. So we're gonna... And here she is. The off-brand Hitachi. HGST is a Hitachi brand. And we're going to pull this son of a bitch out, because it is causing me so much trouble. If I can figure out how to pull it out. There we go. I guess it doesn't have to come out all the way. Whatever. I don't really care at this point. Alrighty. So that's sort of out of the way. And here she comes. I'm going to pull some data off of this at some point. Oh wow, that snapped right off. Oh great. Lovely. It's a 500 gigabyte hunk of junk. It doesn't belong in here. Now this is what belongs in there. I gotta swap out the little pieces on the side here, so like things that keep the drive in the bay, they use a looks like a 6-tooth. I will tell you what size it is once we figure it out. It is a T6. So we're gonna pull them out. pull out, dry. It's like a drag and drop situation. Pretty good. The battery in this works phenomenal. It's pretty damn good. Oh god, I don't like that. I don't like that. That connector is a horrifying mess of bad everything. Dirt and guck in here. Kind of gross. I don't trust that this thing will last, but it's a pretty good MacBook overall. It's a really tiny motherboard too. You know, because all the new ones stretch across the whole entire thing, but this one doesn't because it has a disk drive in it. At least, I think on this one, yeah, the fan isn't shitty, and oh yeah, this just shows you how good Apple was back then compared to a couple years after them producing their first ever new MacBook made by the gay guy. And not saying that there's anything against gays, because I'm pan, but Jesus Christ, why did they just not bring back the rainbow Apple logo? Why didn't they do that? Stupid. They should have done that. But no, they've been doing tons of garbage stuff, like sticking the wireless in where the Apple symbol is, you know, sticking connectors right on the side of the board so that if water gets into them it will send 50 volts to the CPU. Backlight fuses that don't even work, and instead it burns out capacitors. The heat sink's not covering a whole entire space. Heat sink's not even covering the CPU. It's a lot of garbage coming from somewhat of a said-to-be-known good company, which is not really good. All they're good for are their iPods. That's what I say, and their iPods are the only good thing about them. Even then, they don't sound good. I mean, they sound okay. They're decent. I like them. Good enough for me. Better than the Zune. I mean, the Zune's okay. But the problem with the Zune is that I'm already experiencing issues with it. It makes popping noises, and it shuts off its DAC all the time, and when it turns back on it makes popping noises. The drive spins up not for every 5 songs, it spins up for every single song, so the cache isn't even big enough to hold a couple songs. It's just, overall, it's closer to being, like, I don't know, it's more likely to die than a iPod would, even though the iPod uses the worst drives because they're using Toshiba instead of Samsung, which they should have been using, but they aren't. But yeah. Tell me about your childhood. Oh, I see, no, these screws are right. No one is, if anyone has been in here, these screws are right. Because either that one probably fell out, because I do remember it falling out at one point. Yeah, no one's been in here, because these screws are long just for the motherboard. Hold on. There we go. The screws are... Oh, fuck. The screws are long only for the motherboard, and not because of the actual side pieces here. So there's 3 going straight through the motherboard, which makes sense. No, this is the wrong screw. Wait, I think. Yeah, it is. You see how there's thread at the end? Here? There's thread at the end. Now on this one, there is no thread at the end, so that it can actually not screw into the sides of the MacBook. So this one is wrong. Someone did go in here. Or at least someone had to replace a screw. That still means that someone was in here at one point. Oh, wait a minute. That's a problem. It's supposed to go up front. That's the one that was missing. So the side panel one wasn't supposed to be in there. It was actually supposed to be in the front, which would make sense. Never mind. So they didn't replace it, they just lost one, and maybe I lost one and I stuck it in the wrong hole or something. But I'm pretty sure there was another one that was lost to begin with when I got it. So, yay! But yeah, it's all set. We're gonna install macOS on it. I already have the flash drive bootable, and no, we are not installing the new versions because I hate the new versions. The version I like is El Capitan, because I just love El Capitan. I don't give a crap. I don't give a shit what you guys think about and how I'm, you know, installing my stuff. If I like El Capitan, I like El Capitan. Alright? This is not staying on. It's cracked. We're gonna have to glue this, which we're gonna do right now. So, if you hold on right for 1 second, I'm gonna have to go grab the glue to fix that case, because I used to use this. I would bring this to school every day. And over time, the things get smashed up, and that's why I have the case on here. I think I paid $100 for this. I know it seems excessive, but it's got a Core i5 in it. Why would you buy a MacBook? Well, I like collecting things, and this is the one I wanted to collect. It was one of the last MacBooks, other than the i7 version, which came out around the same time, or actually earlier, because the actual Core i7 came out earlier than the i5, which is kind of funny. But yeah, the i5, this version is the last version that they made with the disk drive, and the last version before they, okay. I'm gonna let this dry for a while, and we're gonna go install. Wow, look at that, I just literally moved the tripod. Not even a couple inches over. Isn't that great? Okay. Here she is. And here's the flash drive. We plug it in. It's got its own menu. And embedded into the BIOS, it allows you to actually download the operating system off the internet. So this is exactly what would pop up if you were doing this. Now, if you look, you can do an internet recovery. Now, I'm gonna try to boot off of USB because not every single one of these has an internet recovery on them. And it would be nice to go through the actual USB and do it. I just have to go grab my phone because I don't remember the exact key it is to actually booting from a flash drive. This is the part where people end up fucking up and, not figuring out what I'm doing, and because it was a fucking year since I did this shit and it fucking sucked. And you could see how much trouble I was having. I even had an extra thing that I did wrong, and you'll find out what I say after this clip. It is, I don't know how to explain. I'm brain dead, alright? That's all I have to say. Okay, we're back. It took me a while because I learned something. Alright, you don't want to actually install everything on... Here's where I went wrong. I installed the operating system on the flash drive because, as you could see before, I didn't actually format the hard drive, and that was a bad idea. That's why I said 1 hour, and it actually literally only took 15-20 minutes to install the operating system, which isn't bad. This thing does get fucking hot, and that's because I don't have my speed fan installed into it. So I'll have to do that as well once I get it working, because these fans don't run at all when it's on. You can hear it, it's completely silent. And it should be running because it's freaking hot. I'm gonna go quickly grab the flash drive. This is Lion, by the way, and yes, it's fucking old. It looks nice, though. I like the whole entire idea of the background, everything like that. Mac OS X. Me explaining false bullshit. It would be nice to have an actual flash drive of El Capitan. I was planning on doing that a while ago because I use El Capitan all the time. Because it's one of the it's supported on like Yosemite. It's one of the ones that's almost to the point of not being supported, but it works fine on the internet. It works fine on everything, and it has for the past 5 years, which is good. Yeah, I don't upgrade to Mojave and past that because it will slow the computer down to a stop. Well, I'm gonna let it install. Grab the flash drive, bring it down here. I've been doing this for a while. I'm surprised it even ran on this piece of crap of a hard drive. This thing is so shitty. These things don't last whatsoever. You hit them and they're dead. That was kind of crazy. I barely dropped it. It was on an angle and it hit the ground and then it slowed down dramatically and then I put it away. It was kind of fast this morning, but it's not going to last that long. This SSD is going to make it go so much faster. And it would be nice to have an SSD because I want to keep this thing running. I have a Lenovo IdeaPad that I'm going to be replacing the, it's a Western Digital blue drive is in there. Shitty drives, I swear. But I'm going to be replacing that one as well because like I said, I bought another one and it's, you know, nice to have them so I can just, you know, slap it on the ground, not worry about it. But yeah, I have a couple of these machines that are like around the Core i5, Core i7 range. It's nice to have them, and it's, you know, it's kind of disappointing how this one died when I was in the middle of online class schoolwork stuff. It wasn't like during I was doing it. It was more like the slowdown happened during that time period, and I had to use a Chromebook, and I'm not using that Chromebook anymore. It's kind of, for what it is, it's slow. I mean, it works okay. I mean, I didn't mind using it. It was pretty fun because I could slap it all around. It would fall apart, but I could stick it back together. It was funny. I might use that just for outside purposes because I don't want anything else to burn itself, and I don't care about that Chromebook. My mom never used it, and I'm using it. She's like, I never used it, like, using it, and like, you know, it's out of date. Alright, I'm gonna go get that flash drive, and we're gonna be done after this. I'm gonna show you how to install everything. One other thing, I was going to tell you, if I haven't told you, that I was gonna put this on a capture card. I was gonna capture it. Problem is that, unlike all the other computers that I have, because this is a MacBook, I don't have the display adapter. So I can't actually capture it. I do have capture cards for, like, they're old. They're, like, XP days of software. So it's going to look horrible, but it was going to be able to capture it to somewhat of a point. I mean, I don't need that since there's capturing software, but if I'm going to use something with, like, Windows 95, I'll use it. But it's like, it's a VHS to computer sort of situation, and it's... Oh, hey, look, it works. Alright, so I'm going to grab the flash drive real quick. Okay, here we go. I'm back. So, this flash drive, the flash drive's in. We're going to go really quickly format it. Here we go. We're going to go into... if it exists, utilities. Oh, I love that. You know that matte finish? Looks like a, people said it online. My friend said it, and I don't remember what it's called. The speaker grill? I don't know what it's called. I forget what it's called. But someone said it, and I'm like, that's what it's called? And like, yeah. I was like, shit. Now, of course, I forget it. But we're gonna actually format it completely. Erase it, yes. Then we also have to go and grab a terminal. Here is our terminal. And so, in here we have our, so here's the commands that allow you to actually turn the thing into a flash drive. So here we go, we're going to paste this. Oh, or not, paste that. Okay, so, hold on. It's gonna do that right away. Okay, fuck you. Then that means I have to go and get a note. Do we have a notepad anywhere? let's do Apple Script Editor, because it'll be a lot easier. Untitled. We're replacing the volume here. We're replacing the volume with the actual volume that I'm going to use. It also wants me to do a password, which I don't have, so I'm gonna go make one right now. Okay. Alright. We're going to say yes. Is erasing error number. Okay, that's because both of my things are called untitled. I love this setup. This is the setup of the old Mac setup. So hold on. We're gonna show view options. That's wrong. We're gonna do this. Get info. Here we go. Get info. So we're gonna name it. Now it's named hard drive. So now it's named hard drive, we can do it again. Oh, right. Unplug it, plug it back in. Yes. There we go. Okay, now it's erasing the disk. Now it sees it. You have to unplug it and plug it back in after it can't see it. So it's in. It's erasing, as you can tell. You can zoom in a little if you want to zoom in on here. Oh, I like this camera so much. Alright, so here it is. We're just going to wait until it completely formats it, copies everything over. I'm going to get rid of this. Don't save. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, so we got it working. It just took a while. And hopefully it will start up into the flash drive. That was the problem. It just took a long time. It took like 40 fucking minutes just to do this stupid thing. Just to get 60 gigabytes on there and get it all set up properly. Garbage. But we should all be running now. Nice and smooth. Hopefully it will start up correctly and we can get in. Very quiet. Without that SSD, with that SSD running, it's completely silent. Oh man. So quiet. Very quiet indeed. takes a little time to boot up because it's going off of USB 3.0. I get it. I understand. It's gonna take a while. Okay. And here we are. It's up and running. It's going to be installing real quickly. Don't worry, I'm just eating. Should be done in a little while. I'll catch you up once we're done. And, oh, that's really it. Now I'll be at the end of the video. I'll be back. We only got like 3 minutes left. But here it is. I got it installed. Now it took me a while because the first installation we used, I used it off the Apple website, and that one didn't the application store, and that one didn't really actually work. It was giving me errors. So I did the DMG again, and it took like 2 hours to get it on here. But it went on, and it like did it this morning, and I was like, oh cool, because I used my other MacBook for it. And then it finally, it was finally able to boot it off the flash drive. Apparently you just have to wait a while for the whole entire terminal to do it. But here we are. We're running El Capitan on this device, and I am going to quickly get a couple things on here that will make this computer pretty damn good. So what I'm gonna first do is, if I go in here, I go about this Mac. No, I did not switch the Mac out if I was doing anything. No, here we go. Here's our storage, 120 gigabyte solid state SATA drive, and you know, whatever, free of whatever. And there it is. And I'm gonna go to Chrome. I'm gonna download Chrome real fast. Let's see if we can do that. Download Chrome. Then we're gonna go to fan controller for Mac, and we have to download Mac fan control. Okay, continue. Here it is, and we have to go to the older download section. Developer website. Here is it. Here it is. To El Capitan, and this is it. So we're gonna first open this, then we're gonna open this. Skip. Okay. Move application to folder. Here it is. Okay, so here's my Mac fan control. Now it tells me all the things I need to know about this, which is great. And we're gonna set a custom. Actually, no. Yeah, we're gonna set a custom of 620. It's gonna turn it up all the way. Display temperature when possible, auto start minimize with system. There you go. Yeah. Core 1, fan exhaust. Here it goes, up in the corner here we have everything. I don't want the fan, I just want the temperature of the CPU. And there it is. Alright, and I think I already downloaded Chrome into it. Yeah, I did. Alright, so, and then I'm going to keep in dock, shut down Safari, open, shut down Safari, quit Safari, thank you, and here is Google Chrome. Now, yeah, this is really it.